Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Steph here and I'm back with another video after a long time. Yes, but yeah, actually I'm filming the intro and outro for this video, but my what I got for Christmas is going to be going up before this video, so if you haven't watched that yet, make sure to watch it. I'll be linking it down below. But today I have a really exciting and fun video for you guys. I filmed my 2020 bullet journal flip through, and needless to say, it was really nice kind of looking back through my journal. I did kind of talk as I filmed, but I decided to film a voiceover because I just wanted the audio to be a bit better. But yeah, it was very interesting going through my journal and seeing how much I'd grown. This was my first year bullet journaling, and I didn't even start from January. I started from March. But yeah, I was really excited to bullet journal and just like get into it, and I'm really happy because I feel like now I'm a lot more confident. I'm excited to try new things. I'm excited to try new techniques, excited to try and doodle more. I'm really excited to try and like better my calligraphy skills and everything in the new year. So yeah, this is just like my 2020 flip through. It's not anything special, just my spreads that I made throughout the year. I'll have some of my bullet journal related videos linked in the description as well if you ever want to check out any of those. But yeah, there's not much to say. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Getting straight into it, the first thing you see when you open my journal is my contents page. I started filling it at the beginning of the year, but I kind of got lazy and didn't fill it out as the year went along. Next page is my key, which I just kind of copied from Amanda Rachel Lee to an extent, and I didn't use it much, to be honest. I kind of mainly used only the task tab, and yeah, it was just kind of consistent throughout the year. Nothing really special about the key page, but yeah. Moving on, now we have my 2020 like title page, and I decided to go with the stationery theme for this, and I used the color blue because blue was the Pantone color of 2020, and so I just decided to go with stationery theme. I was supposed to do a grid spacing on this page and a quote page on the other page, but I got lazy and never did that. Then we have my future log, which is just my year in review with dates, birthdays, deadlines, and things. Moving on, the next page we have my 2020 goals and savings tracker. I kind of did do a lot of these goals this year, but a lot of them I didn't achieve. So a lot of them I do want to bring them into 2021 as things that I want to achieve in 2021. And like, I really want to get better at achieving my goals in 2021, and I really hope that I'm able to do that. And then in terms of the savings tracker, after April I wasn't tracking my savings as much because quarantine had gone full like steam. Moving on, we have my 2019 reflections, which is just like, again, kind of like my goals, just me reflecting on how I was in 2019 and what I wanted to improve on in 2020. And then I just wrote a note to myself on the other page just to encourage myself throughout the year and to just, you know, give me some motivation if I ever needed it. That's it for the 2020 setup. And then we have our first month, which is March. In March, I went with a really simple theme. I did a cactus theme with main colors being green and yellow. I had a vertical monthly calendar at that time, which I don't really like now because it didn't give me enough space to really plan. Then we have my habit tracker, which was just really simple. I tracked 9 habits, and I had my mood tracker, which was just cactus themed again, which I thought was like really cute and I really liked it. I also included a monthly playlist spread with lots of K-pop, Afrobeats. This is what I usually listen to. And I had a quote page that said, "Don't go through life, grow through life," to match the theme of the cactus plant spread of the month, and I really liked how it turned out. Then I had a a horizontal Dutch door spread for my weekly spreads in March, inspired by Amanda Rachel Lee once again. And I was using my journal a lot in March because I was still in university at the time, still working at the time, so I had a lot of spreads at the time for my weeks, for university, for work to plan. So yeah. And then I was actually kind of using my journal as a K-pop journal at the start of the year, so I do have some K-pop spreads here. My K-pop journaling style has changed a lot since then, but I like these spreads actually, looking back at them, but my style has definitely changed when it comes to K-pop journaling nowadays, and I don't really like journal like that anymore. And then again, just more weekly spreads, nothing too interesting. And then if I turn the page, it's another K-pop spread for Sweet Night and Who. And like I said, I don't really like how these spreads look now because I'm prefer much more of a simple journaling style now, so at least I can see my growth from then. Yeah, moving on to April. This is a pink computer theme that I decided to do for April. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is a computer theme. This is also when I started to do a horizontal monthly calendar, because I just felt like it gave me a lot more space, looked a lot neater, and I liked like the general vibe a bit more. And yeah, I know this doesn't look like a computer spread, but that was the goal. Then I just kind of went really minimal for April, because that's when lockdown first hit, and I was just kind of like, oh, I didn't really want to bullet journal much. So my habit tracker and mood tracker are just on the same page, and they're really simple, nothing too special about them, just squares to fill in and color in mainly. And then for my monthly playlist spread, I kind of went with the kind of theme that these were like web pages. As you can see in the corner, there's like a minimize tab excerpt page, so that's to go along with the theme for the month. And I just included lots of Harry Styles, some K-pop, some Afrobeats as per usual. These are just a lot of the songs I was enjoying in April. Then I did a brain dump page, and a brain dump is a pretty standard page for me in my bullet journal, and it's in the shape of a monitor. And then I did a quarantine routine, because at the time I wanted to follow a quarantine routine, but don't worry, I didn't actually follow this routine, guys. This was like the ideal routine, because I was trying to be productive at the beginning of quarantine. And then we have just my first weekly spread, which is just really simple. I ended up going with this simple type of weekly spread a lot after this, because it was just the most convenient type of weekly spread. Then we move on to May, and I really quite like my May spread. It was when I started to try and draw more in my spreads, and I just did this fun like fruity theme. It's really colorful. Like I used like every color of the rainbow for May, and I just kind of wanted to do it for summer, to kind of represent the brightness of summer. And I just drew lots of fruits and just kept it really simple but nice and fun, and I really liked how this spread turned out. Moving on, we have my habit tracker and my mood tracker. For my habit tracker, I just kept it really simple, drew fruits, did my usual calendars. And for my mood tracker, I just drew lots of fruit, and I used that. And I think I actually filled this out really well. You'll see that I didn't fill out some of my mood trackers as well as this one. Then I have a brain dump, again, like I said, a standard page for me, just to draw out my any random thought I might have. And then I had an updated quarantine routine, because at the time I think I might have had exams or deadlines, so I changed up my quarantine routine. And then we have like my first weekly spread, again, just a colorful, simple spread. And it seems like I only did one weekly spread in the month of May, which is crazy, but I must have been busy with university at that time. So we move on to June. And June is one of my favorite spreads. It might be my favorite spread of the year. I just really liked how it turned out. I liked how the lettering turned out. I just did like big font with like drop shadows, and I did this planet galaxy theme, and I just used purples and blacks and white neutral colors, and I just really like how this spread turned out. I posted this on my bullet journal Instagram, and it got lots of likes, and a lot of people praised me for this spread, so I was really happy about that. And then for my mood tracker, I just went with a planet spread. I didn't fill this one out as well as last month, but yeah, that's just how it went. And the habit tracker is just simple, like it has always been. For my monthly playlist, I just had like an iPad looking thing, and I just included my favorite songs, lots of K-pop again. A lot of K-pop actually in June. And then you can see my verse of the day and fitness songs I didn't fill in. Then we have quarantine routine that I kind of didn't, I was gonna make up as the month went along, but I ended up just kind of scrapping it in the end. And then just my brain dump, and then my first weekly spread. I quite like the headers of these weekly spreads. They're a bit more than the other ones, but it's still really simple. Like I said, I did kind of keep this simple style of weekly spread throughout the year. And moving on, I have my another K-pop spread on this page. I actually really like the style of this one and how it turned out. I'd say my style now is more similar to this, but yeah, I kind of like how this turned out. And then we move on to July, which I did a travel theme with this really weird color scheme of red, peach, and brown. I just kind of wanted to mix up the colors that I was using in my bullet journal, so that's why I chose these colors. And I remember sitting in my auntie's house doodling all of these drawings, and it took me forever to do this spread because of all the doodling that it involved. But it was actually kind of therapeutic. So you can see that my mood tracker, I did not fill that out that well. And then we just have my brain dump, which again is a standard page for me. I just like having 2 pages of space to kind of just write down any ideas or thoughts I might have. And then we have my first weekly spread. As you can see, it's just, again, super simple. I think I only had 2 weekly spreads in July because it was just summertime at that time. And then we move on to August, which is my paper airplane theme. This is probably another one of my favorite spreads I did. I really like the color scheme of this one because if you remember during summer, pastels like blue and green and lilac were really in, so I really wanted to incorporate those into my bullet journal and as a kind of like homage to that. And I just wanted to do a paper airplane theme because it was just, I just felt in the mood to doodle paper airplanes, and I think it turned out really, really well. I really like the font I used this month as well, the kind of typography. I tried to switch up this month and do a typography that I hadn't done before, and I feel like it looked really good and added a nice effect. And from my mood tracker, it seems like I did fill it out in a lot in August. I think my mood was generally fine for August, but summertime was hard because I was still kind of being stressed out. But like I said, I'm pointing out the fonts here. I really like the font I used this month, and I really like the color scheme, and I just feel like everything looked really aesthetically pleasing and cute. And then moving on, I did a monthly playlist spread again, and I have a lot of different songs that I was just enjoying throughout the year. A lot more Western music than usual. I loved Chloe and Halle and also Flo Milli. And then I included this things to check out spread, which was the first time I ever included it, but I think I'm going to try and incorporate it more. And then we have a brain dump spread, 2 pages, just to give me lots of space to just write out whatever I want, because it's just really standard for me to have a brain dump spread. And yeah, I just really like them because they're very useful. And then just again, simple weekly spreads just to plan out my week. And sometimes I just kind of use the pages to swatch if I don't really do anything in them. Moving on to September. In September, I decided to do a retro music theme because in like Western and K-pop music, well, retro was definitely a vibe this year. So I decided to kind of pay homage to that with this spread. And you can see I use a lot of bright colors. I did made a boombox to kind of represent retro music, and I have a lot of retro music things in the spread. And yeah, I really like how this spread turned out, and I really like the colors and the typography that I used. And then moving on, we have my mood tracker. I know this looks really weird, but they're not eyes, they're supposed to be records, but I just couldn't be bothered to make perfect circles, so that's why they look a bit meh. But I really like that I filled out my journal a lot in September. I really think that September was a good month for me, and yeah, I filled out a lot. And then we have like that old-timey radio at the bottom of my habit tracker as well. And then I had a monthly mixtape instead of a monthly playlist this time, just to kind of again play into that whole retro music theme. And you can see the songs listed, you know, a nice variety here and there. And then I just have my brain dump as per usual, standard for me. And then my weekly spread, this is when I started to do like a spread where I wrote weekly spread at the top and then I wrote the dates on the other page, and I kind of like how that kind of looks, so I kind of started doing it from then. And for September, I really used my journal, and then I did a swatch test, which I did for a video where I was testing out my bullet journal essentials and things like that. I'll link the video up in the card, but yeah, I just included this swatch test spread, and I also included this reflections page spread for the first time, even though I didn't really use it that much. I decided I included it. I haven't included it yet again in another spread, but I hope that I can kind of incorporate it maybe more in my 2021 bullet journal, because I think it'll be nice to have a space where I can just write something for the month. And then again, lots of weekly spreads. I really utilized my journal in September because I think that's when I started my YouTube channel as well as other things. So yeah. Moving on, we have my October spread where I kind of did a very brown and neutral themed spread. I used brown, different shades of brown for this spread, and I kind of went with the kind of vibe of having a coffee or hot chocolate by the window while you're reading and eating cookies. That was just kind of the vibe I went for my October spread. Really autumnal, really simple, but really cute and aesthetic, and I really like how it turned out. And then we move on to my mood tracker where I kind of just doodled all the little cookies and leaves and books for the autumnal vibes, and I really seem to have filled out my October spread really well, which I'm really proud of myself for. I think October was a good month. Again, I was just settling into things, settling into my YouTube, and I was just really happy and motivated at the time. And then we have a brain dump. Again, you can't have a bullet journal spread by me without a brain dump. It's just an essential for me because I use it so much. And then we have like my weekly spreads, again just that simple format with the date on the right side, because I just really like how that looked. And then we move on to our November spread, which I actually have a video for. Yeah, I'll link that video down below. But basically for November, I went with a Black Friday theme. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of how these two pages turned out. But basically, I kind of did a quote page with the quote, "Getting loser, we're going shopping." I really could have made this a lot cuter, but at the time I was kind of unmotivated, and I don't know, I just couldn't like doodle very well. I'm still not that confident in my drawing skills, but I do hope to get better. So happy new year, because I would really like to draw more. But on the so that's what the quote page is on the left, and then on the right we have this kind of card holder, card machine, and then just Black Friday things. Then this is when I started a whole new different type of setup, and this was inspired by Amanda Rachel, and this is a vertical Dutch door setup where I have my monthly calendar on one side, and then I kind of have this monthly hub of monthly tasks on one side, and then on the little flap I have something called the gratitude receipt, just to fit into the theme of the bullet journal. But it's just basically a place where I write what I'm grateful for, and on the calendar I just mark in any important dates and everything. And I think this is a spread I really like the look of, and it's a spread that I think I'm going to be moving into 2021 because I think it utilizes space really well, and it gives me a better central hub for the month, and I just feel like I can see all my tasks together. And then for my mood tracker, I just went with like a receipt theme, and I just filled that out really well, I guess, in November, just drawing a line on each day. My habit tracker, I just had these little calculator type things that I just used to track my habits for the month, and I had shop till you drop at the bottom just to kind of keep in with the Black Friday theme. And then I have a brain dump page because I always have to have a brain dump page. And then I just had like my weekly spreads. I do think I did have a lot of weekly spreads throughout the month of November. I did use my journal a lot during November. Yeah, I was really happy with that. So then we move on to December. Finally, our final bullet journal spread of the year. And for December, I kind of took a while to do the spread because I was really unmotivated. I don't know, for some reason this month to do the spread, but I finally did it. And I just did this really nice, traditionally Christmassy spread with reds and greens and yellows. The side just says, "May all your days be merry and bright," and I really like that as a quote page. I think it's much more impressive than the month before. And then I just have this title page that just has a simple December written in cursive and just lots of Christmas things. And then again, that monthly hub type of bullet journal spread that I started doing in November with a gratitude list, and then just like my monthly hub of tasks at the side, which I really like the look of, and it's really helpful. Then I had my mood tracker, which I did as a Christmas tree. I saw this design on Pinterest and I just kind of copied that, and I think it's really cool. I haven't filled this out as much as I should have, but I'm going to try and fill it out for the rest of the month. And yeah, just a habit tracker. It just says "Not Your Nice" at the bottom, and it's just little gifts as the calendars. And then we have my Christmas planning, which I haven't filled in, but I did do Christmas planning. I just didn't use it as a spread because I kind of made it a bit late. And then we have my weekly spread, again just like a little, like the standard weekly spread I've been doing, but I just kind of changed it up by putting the little presents at the top. And yeah, that's it for my bullet journal, guys. I had a lot of fun trying out all the different spreads that I did for my 2020 bullet journal, and I'm really excited for what 2021 has to hold. I've already gotten this new journal and it's really cute, and I'm really excited to start journaling with it. I got it from Notebook Therapy, which are a really like well-known bullet journal brand, I think. And yeah, this journal is a little bit smaller than my last one, but I think it'll still do the job well. I'm really excited to start using it. And yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was quite long. I'll just do a final flip through right now, just so you can see it, like a final overview of everything. And that's it for me, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, you had a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. I hope that we can journal together in the new year, and I hope you guys can be here with me on my journey. Bye!
So that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my 2020 bullet journal flip through. Like I said, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't the best one ever, but this was my first year bullet journaling, and I just hope to get better as time goes on. I'm really excited to start bullet journaling in the new year, and hopefully there'll be more events and things to write down and plan for. But yeah, and I'm excited to not only expand my bullet journaling for planning, but also my K-pop journaling and all the other stuff. If you want to follow my journey and how I grow and how I do those things, just subscribe down below and keep up to date with me. Also, I feel like I want to take this time, even though you probably hear me say it in my what I got for Christmas, to say Merry Christmas if you celebrate and Happy Holidays if you don't. I hope you're all having a good time. I know this year has been really tough and rough for everyone, but I hope like at this time you can find happiness in some way, somehow. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked the video. Comment down below your favorite spread of mine. Comment down below if you bullet journal as well, so that I can check your bullet journals out. If you have a bullet journal Instagram or a bullet journal YouTube, just comment that down below. I'd love to see your spread. That's all for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and that's it for me. Bye. If you guys watched to this part of the video, comment down below Christmas treats or something like that, and then I'll know you're a real one.